Throughout Save the World, we have a handful of zones to explore on our way to save the world. Zones like the forest, the cities, ghost towns, and the latest one added almost 2 years ago, Autumn Foothills. The base game has 9 base zones, but we do have some event exclusive ones in adventures like Castlevania and Frozen Fjords. Each zone packs a bunch of interesting mission objective spawns and Easter eggs, and the fact they are in the OG art style and are all around fun places to explore, but for long-time players it just isn't enough or have gotten bored of them. In the last year we did get new winter zones in the Frozen Fjords Venture biome, which gives hope of getting more along the line. So here are my ideas on new zones in Save the World. Number 1, a jungle biome. Yes, we do already technically have a jungly biome already in the tropical zone, but it's very piratey, especially with its second terrain generation being straight up a pirate zone. Nothing wrong with it, it's a great zone with a lot of nifty things, but because we're already at our 4th year of adventure, it's kinda getting old, and not mentioning its inclusion towards in the main mode in Tuan, which by the way we could infer that Tuan was really going to be a tropical jungle zone due to the storm and shield zone being, well, literally a volcano island. The aforementioned tropical zone being in the main game and not just being an adventure's exclusive zone, being in the 20 area of the man, straightens that more. Now, what would this new zone have? I think all the assets from Chapter 4 Season 3 Wilds will be amazing to see in Save the World. Personally speaking, I think the new assets from this era were beautiful. I think the real meat and potatoes could be the terrain generation though. Stuff like the plants that heal you or the bomb plant you can bounce off sliding straight to a group of husks will be so much fun. And let's not forget the bouncy mushrooms and flowers, which by the way I bet this could be the area to introduce the dancing mushroom from OG Fortnite and Save the World. And also maybe introduce kinetic ore into Save the World. You know, the stuff the shockwave grenades are made of, including the weapons like the hammer and Excalibur rifle. That's also not including all the sweet ruins around the zone that could influence where the husk will go when it comes to finding your objective. The ruins themselves are so large and cool that they could be their own separate biome for the zone. Can you imagine protecting an atlas in the middle of a huge open air one, like the POI from the Wild season? Assuming Save the World will fix the terrain issues plaguing the newer zones from Christmas 2023. Hey, update, would you look at that, they fixed it in the process of making this video. I think this map having deep caves and curves will be sweet to see. If we could get the slippery ice in Frozen Fjords, I can see us getting the mud in this zone. Lastly, I want to see all the luminary / explorers research stations being reused here as vendor tech stations studying this new zone, and maybe we could find some lore Easter eggs like more cave paintings showing off husk or cube monoliths. Anything last reality related will be a treat to see. Overall, I think another jungle zone for ventures will be amazing and very much needed, especially for making Twine more lively, fitting the theme it was meant to be supposedly all those years back. Also, I want the stupid spray painted cliff and Save the World from the Wild season. The second zone I would love to see in Save the World would be a European theme zone. Okay, this might be going towards fanfiction territory, but in-game we never see where Penny and her sister is from. After traveling through Frozen Fjords and the thick jungle, we come to find another continent that's just very European looking. A combination of Chapter 4 Season 1 and Chapter 5 Season 1 and 2 could bring a variety of cool combinations for this zone. The medieval buildings and the castle alone will be amazing to see Save the World, similar to the giant hassocks in Pennsylvania zones. The same can be said for all the Mediterranean stuff from Chapter 5 Season 1 POIs, like Snooty Steps and Ruined Reels will be an amazing place to kill zombies in. Can you imagine Mount Olympus and Brawler's Battleground in ruined, infested with husk, full to the rim with loot and nifty areas to explore? Penny's sister Leanne will know a few survivors left in this continent. My idea is that some of the buildings could either be left in ruin or be lived in by other punks. This will be a great reuse of a lot of Hub's buildings and the Nitro gang, and maybe some leftover Still World CDs for world building. I do think that the Save the World map team makes these zones so lively. I can imagine a small city portion with like small and narrow streets full of husks with walls covered in graffiti. I seriously think they could knock it out the park, reusing all these assets, which from what we already seen with Frozen Fjords, they can own it so well. Like, you'll see like a ruined train station with train tracks, but not a functioning train, of course. And finally, this could serve as an explanation for all those Greek statues in museums. Another area I thought of was a zone called Area 53. Another desert zone will be awesome in my opinion. I love all the ones we already have, but I think a zone based in Area 51 will be so much fun. The twist being, of course, it's in ruin and the place has been vandalized from survivors visiting. This could be reusing assets from all the invasion season stuff. Think Believer Beach and of course stuff from the Cube season as well. This will have a lot of ruined Last Reality stuff scattered in the map, along with human destroyed tanks and ships. Similar to the industrial zones, it will be full with metal to harvest. I can see it reusing a lot of the desert stuff from the Nitro Wasteland season. But also I think it will kinda clash considering both sands are different colors, but they could always color it different, I guess. Lastly, I do want to add that for the most part we don't know what the military has been up to in the world of Save the World. It's mostly left vague in this 60s retro future world that has superheroes and ghosts going around. I think this could maybe hint towards an answer at where they may have gone in canon, if they are gone, dissolved or perhaps even destroyed by the Last Reality. Now for the fourth and final one, I think Limbo. While unlikely, I would love to see a Limbo finally be added to the game as a zone. If you don't know, Limbo was an area planned all the way since the alpha days as the place where the Mist monsters come from. If you know the lore, you know that the Mist monsters are just cube monsters from the Last Reality, and that they come from a place called the Sideways Dimension. And while I don't think we could be going to a whole different planet or a giant space station, I think an area reusing stuff from all the previous Last Reality stuff with the ground of the underworld biome will make an amazing cube-infested area full of their brain with Mist monsters, portals, and other fun challenges to take down. Can you imagine if every building near it was chrome or ruins of signs of other cube monsters from VR? Maybe even a dark soundtrack in the background with scary sound effects happening once in a while to really set the mood. Seeing the cube town and the chrome castle in this new zone will be a treat for returning players from Battle Royale. So that's pretty much it. I think all these zones could work amazingly well in game, but for now I can't wait to play on the all new winter zones again from last year. Alright, don't forget to like and leave your thoughts in the comments below about my zones, and if you have any zones in mind you wanna talk about in the comments, do it. I wanna hear your ideas. Lastly, before I finish this video, I want to say that yes, development in this game is very slow. I do want to thank the devs at Epic who still work on Save the World. Thank you for keeping home base safe with us.